They thought no one was watching, but the camera was already rolling. What happened next was completely unexpected and never meant to be seen. Get ready, because these moments will show you what people really do when they think they're alone. Summer is already here. He wanted to impress his friends, but it quickly went wrong. First day at work, and this is already happening to her. There was no seat on the tram, so she found her own way to keep balance. Working in a warehouse can sometimes be really, really tough. They say if you're lonely, get a cat, your house will instantly become chaotic and entertaining. We just saved up for a new car, but now I think that money is going to cover these expensive broken wines. Because of strong wind pressure, this happened. Did they just make the biggest scrambled eggs in the world? What do you think? Who loves cars more, men or women? They wanted to surprise him for his birthday, but it didn't go as planned. One drink too many and suddenly everyone thinks they're superheroes. This man has no idea how lucky he actually was here. Some days are just better to sleep through. If this wasn't recorded, nobody would believe he pulled it off. They say having good neighbors is half of your peace, and I agree. Right when he was about to win the game, this happened. Something really strange is happening with our planet lately. It looked like a calm Sunday afternoon, but it turned into anything but that. His heart probably skipped a beat, but luckily everything ended well. When preparing squid for lunch, you better protect yourself properly or things can get messy. Looks like Dad forgot the table was made of glass, not concrete. He could really use getting out of the house and cooling off a bit. We might need to rewatch this one to figure out what exactly went wrong, besides missing the ball. Is it possible she really thought no one could see her doing this? showing up to work still in weekend mode. And this is how it looks. He tried to save money by fixing it himself, but it ended up costing him more. This is probably the craziest thing I've seen this month, right? The tires took the hit and he didn't get hurt. Work smarter, not harder. This guy should really apply that. If that happened to me, I'd be running back instantly. Still, she found the courage to cross. I'm sure their shifts are always entertaining. They never fail to create a show. This is exactly why a safety helmet is a must here. This is what you call luck in the middle of chaos, if you know what I mean. He barely managed to stop it as his vehicle was rolling downhill. Is this some kind of paranormal activity in his kitchen or what? She kept trying to win that teddy bear and finally did. Look at that reaction. When you buy gadgets online, this is the kind of surprise you might get. Living in the moment is what really matters. Beach volleyball is one of my favorite sports, and she's playing like a superstar. That sneaky move was next level. It wasn't intentional, but he still managed to create total chaos. I have to admit, these women are seriously strong. That tire is huge. This is what perfect timing looks like. The camera was rolling at the right second. They had no idea they were being filmed as they slowly approached and hit a massive boat. Luckily, the owner was nearby. Though cats can swim, right? This is what it looks like when your neighbors match your energy. Every day feels fun. He just stood there, unable to believe what was happening around him. They didn't know that a camera was watching them and did this. Breakfast became a dangerous sport today. He ran with so much confidence that even Olympians would envy his bravery. The sound of the impact was probably heard even in the neighboring district. Gravity decided to take control of this unfortunate jumper mid-flight. We hope his bones remained intact after such an acrobatic session. The water was colder than his enthusiasm had predicted at that moment. The ice broke exactly where he decided to stand. Guy wanted to impress everyone around, but the weight had different plans. The camera captured the moment Pride turned into a large bump. Ball passes by her, but her level of disinterest reaches epic proportions. Sight of you with 2 balls on your head while trying to reach a branch is legendary. The plane is safe, but your dignity is currently on very thin ice. She posed like a top model, and then the ocean decided to have the final say. Losing your balance at a full gallop is a recipe for a rather unpleasant encounter with the ground. Luckily, she fell to the floor fighting feathers as if a bloodthirsty dragon from a fairy tale was attacking her. The chicken clearly dominates this yard and has no plans to yield its territory to anyone. Horse decided he'd had enough of the weight on his back. The rider flew into the air faster than he could utter a single word. They planned an epic cruise, but their vessel had serious design flaws. The raft sank faster than the Titanic, leaving the crew in total disbelief. His legs performed a dance that would shame even the best professional skaters. Although he leaned dangerously, he somehow managed to keep his balance and stay upright. He believed he had the situation under control until everything around him collapsed. Cleaning will take hours, and the shame will likely be remembered forever. I'm looking at those piles of things and praying the straps hold at least until the next turn. No sane person would want to be in the immediate vicinity of this rolling circus. They ran at full speed and simply went through the glass like in a cartoon. The entire frame gave way under the onslaught of this happy and not at least cautious crew. Bucket slipped from his hands at the worst possible moment you can imagine. Now he looks like he's trying to transform into a milk statue in the middle of the kitchen. She thought she had safely exited until the floor decided to become slippery. She ended up on the ground faster than the kids managed to jump into the ball pit. She tried to jump gracefully, but judged the distance completely wrong. The result is wet fur and a very hurt feline pride that requires immediate drying. Laughter was heard even under the waves as they tried to pull themselves out. Their planned beautiful shot turned into the funniest video of the season on social media. Friendship is best strengthened through falling into the sea together with full clothing. It's incredible how much courage this feathered creature has while defending its lawn. The player had to use the club just to save his own head from the beak. The sport took a backseat to this unexpected bit of rage. Zebra on the road became a witness to his epic fail and lack of coordination. Maybe practicing in a gym would be a much smarter idea for this ambitious young man. Next time, he will probably just calmly walk across the road like the rest of the normal world. Llamas are known for their character, and this one was in a particularly bad mood towards guests today. It doesn't matter how kind you are if you find yourself in the path of its wet projectile. Cleaning the face will be a long process after such an unpleasant surprise. City infrastructure decided to travel to the sea together with this reckless trucker. It will be interesting to explain to the police how an entire metal pole ended up hooked to the back of the vehicle. Let's hope at least the lights are still working on the go. Watching this attempt causes a mixture of laughter and sympathy for this persistent woman. Sometimes it's better to ask for help than to try impossible missions in your own backyard. The repair will surely cost more than she planned to spend on this trip. Balance is a skill that requires a lot of practice and zero relaxation on a wet surface. Her fall looked like a slow-motion video of inevitable doom in the middle of a sunny day. Luckily, the sea is warm, so she will at least enjoy a free swim. Wet floor became a skating rink for these workers who just wanted to quench their thirst. The result is spilled water and one worker lying in the middle of a huge puddle on the floor. They will need many dry rags and even more patience to clean this up. It looked like someone pressed the self-destruct button on this old device. Instead of relaxing, she got a rude awakening and an encounter with the hard ground in the park. Let's hope next time she checks the stability before sitting down. Water was the only outcome of this ill-judged step across the wet obstacles. The friends who were filming probably laughed more than they tried to help her out. The lesson on measuring distance was learned in the wettest possible way today. Living room is definitely not the place for revving an engine and the smell of gasoline next to the couch. Her reaction speaks louder than 1,000 words while he proudly sits on his machine. This will be a long evening full of explanations and probably cleaning tired tracks off the carpet. Incredible frustration washed over her face as the crystal pieces scattered in all directions. The dream of a perfect video for the internet vanished under the onslaught of ruthless gravity and a moment of distraction. Cleaning this mess will probably take longer than the assembly of the fragile elements itself did. Sometimes a single second of inattention is enough for all the effort to become just a pile of shards. His ears served as a natural brake that wouldn't let him return to freedom without a fight. This unusual sight reminds me of scenes from the funniest cartoons we watched as kids. He will need plenty of soap and patience to get out of this rather uncomfortable and tight situation. Let's hope that next time he will think twice before testing the width of any metal frame. Watching this footage sends shivers down the spine of anyone who values their bones even a little. Every hit against the edge of the stairs seemed like a definitive end to his easy walking in the near future. He is a prime example of how miracles happen even when it seems all is lost in the abyss of clumsiness. His guardian angel was definitely working overtime that day to keep him in one piece. Slide looked like an elegant but extremely dangerous dance in the middle of a cold winter morning rush. Every inch the car moved brought a new wave of panic to everyone who happened to be nearby. Luckily, the road was empty at that critical moment when the car finally decided to stop on the edge of the ditch. Nature often shows us how powerless our modern machines actually are against a thin layer of frozen water. Dramatic moment lasted forever for this group of people who just wanted to reach their destination. Staying on the vehicle was a true feat of coordination and strength in these extremely difficult field conditions. Their adventure ended only with wet shoes, which is actually the best possible outcome of such a crazy and unpredictable ride. A collective sigh of relief was heard only when the wheels once again touched somewhat stable and solid ground. She probably thought the cameras were off and that the microphone was getting in the way. This worker took slacking off to a whole new level. From a distance he looks busy, but the truth is he's fast asleep. Fascinating anatomy that takes your breath away. Every muscle on this back tells a story of incredible effort. This orange car looks so futuristic that you'll rub your eyes. It's hard to believe it didn't come straight out of a video game. Who's going to tell her that's not exactly how a helmet works? It seems she mixed up the instructions before heading out. Surreal scene on the road. A car is dragging a lamppost that is still glowing. This is definitely the weirdest thing you'll see in traffic today. A moment of inattention at the station almost cost this girl her belongings. Fortunately, justice prevailed and the thief was stopped at the last second. This guy isn't bragging for no reason. His bike tricks are pure art. Watch how easily he balances and defies gravity. An incredibly rude move by this woman left everyone present in shock. The child caught the ball fairly, but she had no intention of letting it go. The man just wanted to get in, but this little girl has completely different plans. Her persistence is as funny as it is incredible. Who says work has to be boring? These people prove that with a bit of joking, the workday goes by twice as fast. An unbelievable clip of the moment a car starts rolling because it wasn't secured. The girl literally avoided being run over by her own vehicle by a hair's breadth while getting out. Some people like to test the water with their toes, but this guy has no time for that. As soon as he felt the heat, he decided to plunge straight into the refreshing pool. We've all been in this situation, struggling with our own arms to apply sunscreen. His movements look more like a weird choreography than sun protection. Next time, it might be better to just ask someone for help. There's nothing better than summer fun with the crew and a joint jump into the sea. Their coordination was almost perfect as they all defied gravity mid-air. Tag the crew you do this with tomorrow. While everyone was scrambling for the ball that flew into the crowd, this gentleman calmly caught it. Without a second thought, he handed it to a boy sitting nearby, leaving him in total shock. Many think it's all CGI, but this footage from the set proves otherwise. We see stuntmen and incredible equipment that allow Spider-Man to fly between buildings. This is true proof that movies are a blend of cutting-edge technology and human courage. Sometimes it's best to just stand aside and let kids learn through play. This father carefully monitors their every move but doesn't interfere in their little adventure. This is how confidence is built from a young age. This man decided to merge two completely different sports into one. The way he holds the cue and aims for the balls resembles professional golfers on a course. Imagine waking up every morning to the sound of birds and a view of trees as far as the eye can see. This house is literally cut off from the world, nestled right in the center of untouched nature. Check out this ingenious solution for anyone who struggles with parking in small spaces. A rotating platform in front of the house ensures the car is always pointed in the right direction. You no longer have to wait for ideal weather conditions to catch the perfect wave. Watch how this powerful construction generates consistent water power for ultimate surfing. Would you dare to try out this kind of artificial ocean energy? I'm watching this clip trying to figure out if these are autographs or some bizarre ceremony. Everyone is very serious, but the way it's all unfolding leaves more questions than answers. What do you think is actually going on in this video? This man thought his SUV could move mountains, but he was dead wrong. The weight of the massive rock completely overwhelmed the Jeep and left it motionless on the road. This is clear proof that sometimes even the best 4WD system won't help you. There's no greater sorrow for car lovers than seeing a machine like this in an unrecognizable state. It was a shiny new car just seconds ago, and now it's just a heap of crumpled metal. How did such a disaster even happen at the very start of its journey? Check out this fascinating automated parking system that's changing the game. Robots precisely lift vehicles and stack them like blocks, using every millimeter of available space. This is likely how all modern cities will look in the near future. A peaceful balloon ride turned into a real drama when the aircraft started losing altitude rapidly. It landed in an incredibly awkward spot, shocking everyone who happened to be there. Luckily, it seems the pilot kept his cool and avoided the worst-case scenario. It's hard to watch moments like this and not wonder what actually happened to the passengers. The material damage is huge, but in situations like this, human lives are the only thing that matters. We're hoping for the best news following this terrible collision we witnessed. If you thought motorcycles were reserved for asphalt and mud, this video will change your mind. Watch as the machine literally skis across the lake, leaving a massive water trail behind. It takes incredible courage and skill to keep the bike on the surface at such high speeds. Check out this money-counting technique that would put even the most modern banking machines to shame. His fingers move with such speed that the bills look like they're flipping themselves. Is this a gift or years and years of daily practice with cash? This looks like a scene from the wildest action movies, but it's happening in real life. The driver is desperately trying to escape the police, navigating incredibly tight spaces and risking everything. Many haven't heard of the Kapusa technique, but the results speak for themselves. The boy showed incredible skill and strength while battling the massive catch. In the end, he pulled out a fish so big it barely fit in the frame. Imagine someone staring at you this persistently while waiting at a red light. The girl became visibly uncomfortable, but she soon realized she was the victim of a prank. Watch until the end to see the moment she realizes what's actually going on. Why should a backrest be fixed when it can be this practical? With just one hand movement, you move the backrest to the other side and choose where you want to look. A design that combines comfort and functionality in the best possible way. Everyone was shocked to see the man lifting a heavy log without any effort. The optical illusion is perfect because from the outside it looks identical to a real tree. This prank definitely confused all the passers-by who happened to be there. Lowering an excavator from a height can be very dangerous if you don't have the right experience. This footage shows superb control and engineering in action as tons of metal move millimeter by millimeter. It's fascinating to see how much power these people have in their hands. Sometimes the simplest things are the most dangerous for workers' concentration. The sound of an ordinary balloon popping terrified them so much they dropped everything. Unfortunately, all their work went down the drain in just 1 second due to a small oversight. Always check the handbrake because gravity never sleeps. This footage is a perfect example of the disaster that occurs when a car is not properly secured on a slope. We hope this serves as a warning to all drivers to be more careful. When moving goes wrong or you run out of patience, scenes like this happen. Instead of an elevator or workers, they use the air route to get rid of old things. Definitely not a method we would recommend if you want to save your furniture. Waiter's job is hard, but this guy decided to make his life easier in a brilliant way. His movement technique allows him to deliver orders faster than ever before. Watch how easily he balances while rushing between tables. We all look forward to a package, but no one wants to receive it this way. Watch the negligence of this delivery driver who literally dumped the shipment in front of the house. This is why you should always check the contents before signing for delivery. The footage shows a tense moment where a life was literally being torn from the hands of the fast river. Thanks to the quick reaction and teamwork of bystanders, a tragedy was avoided. These anonymous heroes deserve every praise for their fearlessness and self-sacrifice. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Leave a comment with your favorite moment, and I'll see you in the next one.